So basically, when we began our journey towards this direction, our approach has been, we may not blame the leaders in office because they may just simply lack capacity. So the issue is not about blame game. The issue is what can we do as us, as young people who have been working in this field. Personally, I am still having a running working agreement and a contract that I've been doing consultancy in South Sudan oil field. And I've seen the challenges, at least I've seen with my eyes. We've been working on reports there in regards to issues of compensation, issues of the environmental degradation and the impacts it has directly on life. A case in point for South Sudan, I will tell you, if you look at the area of Root Corner Unity State in South Sudan, they're having issues of gene mutation because of the poor waste disposal. And I think members of the press, some of you, and if not most of you, I think wrote the story of Douglas Oluoch and the story of Poron, where Heritage was had deposited waste there improperly. And of course, we've also done extensive investigation, and we're still doing more. But of course, I can tell you that it is worrying that the government data that is on their website says that they did cleaning of the dumping pit. But you know, these repercussions don't come one day. You may find that you are sitting in this house, you would have eaten cassava that came from Douglas Oluoch's environment or the vicinity of that area, because with oil and gas, if it is crude oil, if it is oil waste, the impacts are as bad as you see it. You'll have issues of gene mutation, you'll have issues of traces of heavy metals in your blood. So that's why we've invited people like stakeholders like Petroleum Authority of Uganda to come and answer questions of compliance, because they're the ones that are regulating the oil industry. Of course, we also wrote to NEMA. We don't know whether they're going to come, but at least we made it on record that we've written to them. After this conference, we shall have other areas of engagement, including having meetings with these stakeholders. So when we had this, when we started this move, our interest was to focus on the oil debate, because we feel the issue of oil and gas is not being discussed in Acholi. Government has not recognized Acholi as a key stakeholder in the oil and gas industry. Yet they know very well, and we have the data. At least we've managed to get the data. So in the event that they try to hide, at least we'll bring them on table that we have this. Can you bring what you have? Because up to now, government has not shared the production sharing agreement. We don't know where they're paying, who they're paying for the oil and gas exploration that is happening in Uganda. But we are aware that there's a lot of syndicate already. I believe all of you have been following the current debate that has been going on in Parliament about the UNOC taking monopoly over oil imports in the country. How UNOC has already been registered in Kenya as a private company for some individuals within the state. So there's a lot of information hiding, there's a lot of demand that we want to push towards transparency and equity. We also have to have a sense of identity as Acholi in the debate for oil and gas. We don't want the situation of the Niger Delta to happen here, where the local community are simply having the effects of the oil and gas. We're already having it. All of you have heard how the elephants or the wild animals from the park are destroying crops and attacking families in Noya. I spoke to the member of parliament. Unfortunately, I told you some of them may not have the capacity or perhaps the goodwill. Ours is not to throw blame game. Ours is to give an alternative position and assert that position to the public. Because we feel this problem of the elephants, the people of Noya are going to live with it for the rest of their lives, perhaps. Why? Because if you look at the biodiversity report of the Telenga project, it is not comprehensive enough to capture how they will manage the impacts of the heavy traffic in the park, the impacts of the dynamite explosions in the park, and the oil exploration. So we want to challenge these different stakeholders. That's why we've called this mineral conference. This is just the first step to generate intellectual debate and to see how best we can build synergies towards other discussions, because all of you are aware there were technical working groups, especially the one which was led by Professor Gayala Tiku. At least I want to applaud him as one key person who has consistently raised the issue of the oil debate and the discussion towards equity, transparency, and a sense of belonging for the Acholi people in the oil and gas sector.
What is important, so much important, is that the debate should not end with the elites. We want this debate to trickle down to the common person in the community. As you're aware, we have had indiscriminate land selling by our communities. So we want to inform the communities in the Acholi Sub-region that land is not just what you see. We want to tell our people that they should not sell land indiscriminately because it is what? It is a source of wealth. Secondly, we want also to prepare our people, to prepare their minds for exploration of these minerals. Because if we have minerals, automatically it will reach a point where they will what? They will have the minings and the rest. We don't want to be caught off guard like Bomah Sub-region, which now exploration of oil is taking place, and if you follow the news, the communities are what? Are being manipulated, are being exploited. They are not the ones that what? Benefiting from the what? From the oil. So we want to inform our people that these resources that we have, the land that we have, we should protect it because it's a source of what? It's a source of wealth. And then there are many other issues regarding oil exploration, mineral exploration, and the rest, which we want to generate a debate now, which will be important for both our people in the Acholi Sub-region, who are the greatest stakeholders because they own the land, and the government. We want a scenario whereby if exploration starts, if exploration of any kind of mineral starts, if mining of any kind of mineral starts, both our communities and government have a win-win what? A win-win situation.